Hi, I'm Kyle Hewitt from Warrington. We're here today to pick up my McLaren Senna, which is the 24th car now. I thought we funded through JBR since 2017. So it's a big moment for me. It's with a car of this stature, so we're very excited. Been involved with vehicles like this and been around supercars for a long time, since I was 16 years old. Always had a passion for anything with wheels, really. Just wanted to strive all of my life within business and personal to basically get enough money together to buy my first supercar and stuff like that, or buy a car of any stature. And then it's kind of evolved from that, really. And everything new that's kind of comes out, and the evolvement of everything to do with cars and things like that, I'm very passionate about. Obviously, I have a business that's related to motorsport and transport and stuff like that. So we have a keen vision of everything that's coming out at the moment. We want to be involved with all this kind of stuff as well. So it's a passion for us. It's not a job. So it's for me, having something like this in the garage is incredible, and a dream for anyone. So the journey to getting this kind of car was from realistically from age of sort of 16, 17, wanting supercar at some point in my life, and creating the businesses that I have done within IT and telecoms. And then after that, there was the business which is related to motorsport and transport of these kind of vehicles. So we built up a database of people and friends who we deal with on a daily basis, who have all got these type of cars. So it gives you that passion and drive to want to have them yourself and try and get what they've got, basically. There's nothing else really that gives me the same buzz as having a new car, or as getting a supercar does, and things like that. It's one passion of mine that's been throughout my life, basically. There's not been anything really that's rivaled it. So when it comes to a moment like this, with getting something like this in the garage is an incredible moment, and sombering because I've worked very hard to achieve it, and it's one of them things that I think if you want to achieve something, for me it's been working very hard to try and achieve it. So now we're finally at that moment. It's now I've got it. Where do I go from here? So it's now I've got to now try and obviously see what else I can do, and my goals change, and they have done with every car that I've ever purchased. My goals now changed after that to get something else. So, but when you get to something of this level, it's more of an investment piece, as well as a car that I will be driving. But it's first and foremost, I think, it's being able to achieve something of this caliber is incredible for me. So really happy. Finding this vehicle was relatively easy. I think there was a number of cars that we were looking at, which was 599 GTO. The McLaren Senna was in there as well. There was the Ford GT as well. That was also in the mix. They were kind of the three vehicles that I was looking at in terms of a future investment, to see, I'm hoping to, these appreciate, which I think they will. I think all of those that are listed will. Obviously a 599 GTO in the background as well, which is, again, lovely car. But for me, I think a poster car, from back in when I was young, it was a Countach, it was a Diablo, it was the Lamborghinis of the time, really, that really stood out, which is why I've had so many Lamborghinis over the period, just coming out of a Huracan STO as well, which I think is probably one of the best cars I've ever owned. It was very hard to try and top that. Nothing really on that sort of plateau within the STO world. The 296s and stuff like that, they don't really, in my eyes, fit the bill for what I want. And Huracan fitted all those bills, which was noise and drama, theatre of driving and things like that. And there's not many cars now, I don't think, especially coming out nowadays anyway, with all the technology that's been involved, like the start-stop technologies, this beep for change, lane assist and all this kind of stuff. It's all things that have been added for safety, I understand, but it takes away the rarity and the theatre of driving, in my eyes. So it should be an event getting in something like this. And I think from obviously looking at the vehicle, you can see that it looks amazing, and it will drive amazing, I'm sure. But that's all part of the journey for any driver, especially with my kind of passion. It's not just about sitting and looking at it as a piece of art. It's about the driving of it and the noise, how it makes everyone else feel around you as well. I remember when I was a kid looking at cars like this and stuff like that, and being able to sit in them and do that. That's why I always, if I see a kid who wants to, who's looking at the car and stuff like that, I let them sit in it, and they'll rev it and whatnot, because it ignites that spark in somebody. It's that dream that you want to aspire to someday, to be able to get something like that. My earliest memory would be, I would say, something around when I was sort of 14, 15, you know, being around these cars through other family members, and seeing, you know, Ferrari Testarossa, for instance, you know, something like that, something that you've seen on TV and you've never seen in real life before is awe-inspiring when you see something like that, and you think, you know, what, you know, how could I get something like that ever? Do you know what I mean? And it just evolves over that, and you research your things, you get your pictures, you have magazines with all these cars in it and stuff like that. So that's where your passion gets driven from, and that's certainly where it started for me anyway. Plans for the vehicle over the past few years, we've been doing a rally in Ireland, Cannonball Island. So we do that every year, so that raises a lot of money for charity. So quite a lot of us take the supercars over and hypercars, etc. Do a rally around Ireland. So that'll be the first thing. That'll be in September. And then, yeah, I think we'll be doing the Supercar Driver Secret Meet, so we'll be doing hopefully some track sessions there with JBR as well. We'll get out as much as possible, really, but with you know, running a few businesses and that kind of stuff, time is precious, and with young children, etc. as well. Obviously, we'll get as much joy out of it as possible, and we'll share that with the family as well. My youngest son is into cars now, so that passion's flowed down into him. He's just turned 10, so he's well into these cars now. But again, he has his stickers and his books and his internet and stuff like that to look at these things and videos and whatnot. So he's got the passion for it that I have. So hopefully one day, whether it's this car or something else that's in the stable, it'll get passed down to him, and he'll continue my journey. I keep returning to JBR mainly because just the pure customer service and the ease of basically dealing with Firkin, and initially the late Michael Bergen as well. He was very good to me. He was, you know, he used one of my cars at his wedding. So my Aston Martin GT8 that we funded for yourselves, he used that for his wedding and stuff like that. So we had a good relationship, and yeah, I think we just have a good relationship, really. You understand me, you understand my financial structure, you understand what I want out of a car, and you're very quick to turn around things. You know, this happened within a few days. So I knew my Huracan was selling. We were looking around. Obviously, I've been speaking to Franco from Joe Macari's regarding the car, and looking at a few others, etc. But I was set on this livery. It happened very quickly. Firkin sorted everything out for us. I think it's mainly due to the ease of your communication skills. You're always available. You understand everything about me, and you help me in my journey to acquire such things like this.